Mind Crypto here. I hope we're all having a wonderful day. And the title of the video is 731 billion average daily transactions. Please subscribe, please hit that notification bell so that you don't miss any further videos, and hit that like button. You'll be doing me a massive favor. And remember, none of this is financial advice. I am not a financial advisor, and none of the information provided in this video should ever be taken as a signal to buy or to sell. But first and foremost, as we normally do, we quickly look at the crypto bubbles. And as we can see, Quant is at $105. It did literally creep up at some point to 108 yesterday, and we're currently 0.4% up in the hour, up 1.3% in the day, down 5.7% in the week. We are ranked at 64 with a market cap of 1.27 billion. Trading volume still actually quite low at $20 million. And we see this transaction this morning. Just another casual transaction. This wallet has just completed a transaction from CB to private wallet of 2003 Quant, approximately $213,000 after a 2-year hiatus. Only holds Quant and no outflows. Total wallet holdings 12,180 Quant. Now, this is a new wallet that I've not seen before. Now, this gets me thinking there are probably lots of wallets like this. Now, if these are a license lockup, we may see more and more of these wallets prop up through the coming months, which is very, very interesting. I may take the opportunity to go through wallets that are around about the 10,000 Quant mark to see whether or not there are more of these. But I'm only seeing them because this one was literally a transaction 9 hours ago, but hadn't actually done anything for 2 years. So there possibly could be a lot more wallets like this under the radar, only showing up when they make that transaction. So very, very interesting. Now, over the last week or so, I've been talking about various different projects from SATP to the Regulated Liability Network. But today, we're going to talk about something else that's also exciting, that's also could happen this year. So we've got SATP coming soon. We've got the Regulated Liability Network also coming soon. But we're not talking about this, the RTGS, which is the real-time gross settlement, will be introduced in spring 2024. Now, this is very interesting. As you can see here, the real-time gross settlement RTGS service is an infrastructure that holds accounts for banks, building societies, and other institutions. The balances in these accounts can be used to move money in real time between these account holders. This delivers final and risk-free settlement. A program of work has been established to deliver renewed real-time gross settlement service as set out in the blueprint, as well as replicating the functionality provided today. The new RTGS service will deliver a range of new features and capabilities for payments and settlements between financial institutions. We will continue to engage with the payments industry throughout the program to ensure the next generation of our RTGS that creates a world-leading payment service for the UK. Why is it necessary to renew RTGS? Renewing the service is necessary because the way payments are made has changed dramatically in recent years, reflecting changes in the needs of households and companies, changes in technology, and an evolving regulatory landscape. Their vision is here. Our vision is to develop an RTGS service which is fit for future, increasing resilience and access, and offering wider interoperability, improves user functionality, and strengthened end-to-end risk management of the UK's high-value payment system. So we've got increased resilience, greater access, and this wider interoperability, improved functionality, and strengthened end-to-end risk management. On the 19th of June 2023, we migrated CHAPS payment to ISO 20022 messaging system. The introduction of the new RTGS core ledger and settlement engine will take place in 2024. And as we can see, this is likely to happen. Now, I found this from Dread Bongo. He says here, Bank of England's next RTGS system is going to be blockchain compatible, which we talked about. They're keeping up with the standards and the technology. There will be need to be technology that allows the Bank of England to communicate with DLT. Overledger is the only interoperability solution that can do this today through a single DLT API. And we've seen this API being used in lots of different arenas, from the RLN to SATP. But let's have a listen to Gilbert himself.
Just back to the Bank of England example. So they're updating their RTGS in a program called RTGS Renewal. It's public. What they're looking to do is the next RTGS system is going to be blockchain compatible. So they're not going to put it on blockchain because the technology is not there for it, and it's not really designed for an RTGS system. That's a separate, high availability system. So what that means is the future RTGS system is going to be able to talk digital assets, and that's important because that's where CBDC is coming. So the view across industry, and we've been working a lot with regulators, with central banks, with the higher order of the banking system, and the view is central bank digital currencies will be here. That they're not a theoretical thing anymore. Even today, I've seen on Twitter a very a crude example of the digital yen in China. Sorry, digital yuan in China, and someone just went to a convenience store and used it as a digital wallet and just bought a drink. So the CBDC discussion is not optional. It will happen. Everyone is actively working on it. There's reports from the IMF, from BIS, from the FSB that's showing the activity. And what CBDCs will do is complement the money system, because money is very difficult to move. If you're doing small transactions, you have to do reconciliation. You have to do taxation after profits. The settlement of money has to exchange hands and then move into different banks, and then it gets settled into RTGS. So it's a difficult medium of value to transact with, but cash is still widely used. So moving away from pure cash, the CBDC that will be issued is another way for people to have a government-backed form of money that's trusted because it's backed by the central bank, and it's widely adopted because the rails are already there. It's just going to complement the payment and settlement rails that already exist, and eventually it'll get tied into RTGS. So the architecture and the thinking behind central banks.
So there you go. It's getting very, very interesting. All these pieces slowly coming together. When we talk about the regulated liability network, we talk about the secure asset transfer protocol. We're talking about CBDCs. We're talking about all these really poignant pieces in the jigsaw puzzle slowly coming together before we get to the ultimate central bank digital currency. Now, I thought I'd bring this up because I thought understanding. So the RLN, the Regulated Liability Network, is intended to be programmable, offering a new level of convenience and efficiency to users or central banks. The RLN could modernize real-time gross settlement, the RTGS, which is what we're talking about today, the RTGS system, and facilitate the use of central bank digital currencies for retail customers and interbank settlement. So we've got to realize that this is about a chronology of putting things together. We're also then piecing together the RTGS. So if we look here on the ledgerswarm.io, we can see here what are the advantages of the RLN. So the RLN concept offers several significant advantages over traditional banking system. It takes into account the tokenization of regulated liabilities, enabling the creation of tokenized regulated liabilities, TRLs, and that are fungible across different regulated issuers. The RLN also promises instant transfer settlement of TRLs, programmability of TRL payments, and compliance with existing rules and regulations. The RLN can be advantageous for various use cases, including retail remittances, international trade finance, cross-border disbursements, cross-border merchant payment processing, and treasury management. The RLN is intended to be programmable, offering a new level of convenience and efficiency to users. Central banks and RLN could modernize real-time gross settlement (RTGS) systems to facilitate the use of central bank digital currencies for retail customers and interbank settlement. So this is getting very, very interesting. And then we can see this from Nava Quamfi back in 2021. So this has been going on for some time now. He says here, the BIS, the Bank of International Settlements, released a new paper yesterday on CBDC and highlighted their roadmap. Quant has achieved interoperability between core banking systems like RTGS with DLTs using an API option. And as we can see here, interoperability by vertically linking into core banking systems and payment providers. Interoperability by horizontally linking with other cross-border and domestic systems. So very, very interesting. It's all coming together. It's piecing and connecting those dots. And we start to see a bigger picture and how things are playing out before we get to those CBDCs. We see this from Miles Bron. The transfer occurs in June 2024. And as we can see here from this clip, the real-time gross settlement service sits at the heart of the UK payments. RTGS is currently being renewed with industry and for industry to respond to the changing payments landscape. From June 2024, the renewed RTGS service will deliver a more resilient, flexible, and innovative sterling settlement system to support monetary and financial stability. It will deliver benefits for industry across 4 key areas: increased resilience, greater access, wider interoperability, and improved user function. So this, again, more evidence pointing towards the use of Quant Network and its innovations. And we can also see here the Bank of England, who is responsible for CHAP's real-time gross settlement system, RTGS, migrated to ISO 20022. And the Bank of England is planning to introduce a new, modern, flexible, and efficient RTGS core settlement engine in 2024. And we know it's coming. There's lots coming this year. This is why I'm quite excited, because there's lots coming, and I keep talking about it. All the different pieces coming together. Quant is part of this engine. And as you can see here, payment and settlement statistics, 731 billion daily average. And this was actually in Q2, I think, 2023. So we can see that just down there in writing. So this is really about piecing together all those big pieces that we begin to build this picture of what's actually going on in the background. Not many people are talking about this. I'm trying to cover all those pieces that lead to this central bank digital currency, which we're possibly going to see sooner rather than later. And as Gilbert Verdian already said in that video piece, it's coming whether we like it or not, and it's inevitable. So there you go, guys. I hope you like this video. I hope you like what I'm doing at the moment, is trying to piece together these systems so that you get a bigger picture and you can start to see what's going on. Remembering, none of this is financial advice. This is just my personal opinion and bringing you the news and trying to do something a little bit different. So there you go, guys. All the best, and I'll catch you later.